All right, so here's the bunk system that we've decided to do. It's in the cabin area, which is not really used when we're parked. So what I've done is turned the two seats inward and built two platforms. One that sits on the seat with a small leg underneath the back side of it. And then another platform that's a little larger that actually sits on top of the seats with these 1-inch cast iron poles that mount. And if you continue watching the video, I'll do a time lapse of putting them up and taking them down and showing you how we do it. It takes about 15 minutes to take down, 15 minutes to put up. And I'll show you how we store them when we're moving. It's really worked out well for our kids. You have the bottom bunk, and then here, and then top bunk here. And then I made this little area here, which I'll probably remake. It's just some old copper pipe I had laying around, so I used it. And it keeps my daughter from rolling off her bed. And right now there's a sheet actually on the back side because that's the windshield. And right now last night it got down to 17 degrees. So that blocks a lot of the cold air from coming in, and it keeps a lot of the heat down there. The top area is pretty much blocked by the old by the cabinets. And then when my daughter goes to get in bed, she just steps on the couch, gets up, and lays down. And it's pretty sturdy. I've been up there before. I'm 200 pounds and it works fine. It's built out of just 2x4s and bracing underneath. As you can see, my son's already started decorating his with stickers. And then the actual foam is just a 2-inch piece of dense foam and then a softer memory foam style that I bought at a upholstery shop and just trimmed to fit, and worked out great. All right, continue watching the video. You can see me break it down, convert it back to a cabin, and then put it back up. All right, so here I'm taking down the railing that keeps my daughter from rolling out of bed. What I usually do is I set it on top and I screw it down. Just makes for easy storage. It allows me to store it flat underneath the motorhome and keep everything in one spot. Now here, so I've got them mounted to the top and the bottom, the plates. I leave the plate screwed to the top, but I unscrew the plates from the floor. And once I do that, on all four corners, I actually will just twist. They're threaded on each end, so I twist the legs out from the top plates. Now I leave the plates screwed to the top bed. Now these fit, I measured and built them so they would fit perfectly underneath the bottom of the motorhome in that compartment. This bottom bed, I've got a leg on the back that rests on the engine compartment. Unscrew it and then place it underneath the motorhome right on top of the larger bed. And then I put the poles in there right beside them, and that's it. It is closed up. Come back inside and we turn the seats back facing forward and you're ready to drive again. So here I'm going to show you putting them back up. First thing I do is we do have a little area in the center that we take off, set aside. Get the first one out, set it on the seat, replace the leg, get the top bunk out, rested on top of the seats for the time being, so it'll stay there. Screw all the legs back in. Now here, I screw all the legs back in before I mount anything to the floor. That way that I can get them all screwed in easily. And then I re-screw the legs back into the existing holes that are there. Now there's definitely easier ways to build this, I'm sure. But as far as money and, you know, an easy way to have a bunk system in here, I've got less than $80 in this, and it works well. We've been using it now for about 4 months, and it seems to work very well. Here I remount the bar to the outside, and like I said, I'll probably replace this bar. It's just a piece of copper piping that I bent to hold it. It really is only there to keep her from rolling off at night. And then the netting actually was already under the RV in some of the compartments that I didn't use. And there it is, they're back together. I put the foam on. The foam we store in the master bedroom while we're traveling. Alright, so that is it. That's putting the bunks back together. So back up a little bit here. So the kids now have an area. My son on there playing Xbox. Daughter mastering the Rubik's Cube.
Almost mastering.
This works out really well for us. Like I said, there's tons of ways to build a bunk. This works out well for us because it allows us to take up space that's usually not being used for anything and allow us to have sleeping areas. We're going to, in the next week or so, put up a curtain, 2 curtains, one here and then one here, so that they can have their own curtain area and kind of their own privacy. And we're going to allow both of them to paint their bunk and decorate the cabinets and do whatever they want to do in there to kind of make it their own. All right, guys, make sure to leave comments, ask questions. I'll try to answer them as best as possibility. Thanks again for watching.